Hi guys, Misty with Queen Bee's Vintage here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching today. In today's video, I'm starting the Great Christmas Takedown. I am kind of dreading it, but looking forward to having things back to normal and putting my everyday decor back out. So I hope you guys will follow along on that journey. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of my process and how I go about doing this. I'm not going to go from room to room or tree to tree with you guys. That would be an epic video. But I am going to show you the process I use for each tree and talk a little bit about how I store my other decor pieces. So I'm going to try to keep it short. But what I do love, and implemented these into my organization a couple years ago, my mom taught me this and I absolutely love it, but I purchased these organization drawers and I try to do everything in clear. That way we can see what's inside. Although I clearly label the outside of all of my bins, I still like to be able to at a glance just see what's inside there. So we get these Sterlite bins. They have them in this size here, and they also have them that are a little bit longer, and you can get them 3 drawer. Some of them come 6 drawer, but I like these because they are easy to stack on top of one another. They're lightweight, they don't take up a lot of space. And so what I do is all of the ornaments and little signs and things that are on the tree will go inside these drawers. The tree itself goes in a longer clear tub, and any of the picks that I put on the tree or tree topper pieces will go inside that clear bin with the tree. So all of it stays together. All of it is clearly labeled. So if I send my husband, we have to keep all of our Christmas and Halloween decor in storage. So if I send my husband over there for me, I can say, I need the black Christmas tree and all of the little red pickup truck ornaments that go with it. And like I said, it's clearly marked. When we put it in storage, we kind of try to keep those items really close to one another, so the red truck ornaments with the black tree. But I do use the black tree with some of my other ornaments. I do several different themes with the black tree, so it's not really conducive to just say, oh, this is, you know, all this little red pickup truck stuff stays with the black tree. That's why I put the rest of the ornaments and things in these drawers. And then once I have it all loaded up, I take this shrink wrap that's on the roll. You can purchase this at Home Depot or at Walmart. At Walmart, it's where they keep the bubble wrap and the boxes that you can purchase. So my mom and I use this a lot when we are doing our shows, because if we're moving a piece of furniture that has drawers, we can put this around it and then the drawers aren't falling out during transport. So I like to wrap this around these drawers. That way it keeps them from sliding open when we're transporting them to storage, and just keeps, you know, keeps them from coming open, any dust getting inside. So I absolutely love this stuff. My mom and I each have a roll that we keep in our homes because they come in really handy. And then we have a roll that we keep with all of our inventory and show stuff. So I'm gonna be wrapping the drawers with that after I get it loaded. When I put away glass ornaments, I wrap those, and I'll wrap them in tissue, or I like to save the paper that they wrap breakables in, like at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. So that's what I wrap all of my breakable stuff in before storing it. Sometimes I'll even add bubble wrap to it if I'm packing like a lot of glass items together. But this tree, most of the items on this tree are either wooden or plastic. There are a few glass pieces, so like I said, I will wrap those. But as for the rest of it, I will just start putting the pieces in the drawers. So I'm gonna start that process and show you how I do it. Okay, so I've got my drawers all opened up and ready to go. And I like to start at the top and work my way down. Usually with like the larger ball ornaments, I'll try to keep all of those in a drawer together. All the little trucks will be in a drawer together. And I just kind of start at the top and will work my way down. I may have to move this back a little bit. Please excuse any mess you may see around. We're taking everything down, and sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better. So I'm going to start up here at the top of the tree. And I will just start taking all of the little trucks and trailers. This one's a breakable, so I'm going to set it aside and I'll wrap it in tissue at the end. And then all of these smaller plastic balls and things like that will go in another drawer. So I'll just continue to set aside any breakable ornaments. And like I said, the picks at the top, the topper bow, the antler pick, all of that stuff will go in the bin with the tree. So I am just going to continue going down and removing the ornaments. These are some of the bigger ones I was talking about. I'll try to keep those together. And things like these cute candy canes, I'll put those in with the larger round ornaments. So I just feel like this system makes everything really quick. It's really efficient because everything stays organized. I clearly label the outside of the drawers and the tubs with what's inside. I use the larger white Avery shipping labels and, you know, a big black Sharpie. I used to use my label maker, but the print was small and you'd have to get really close to see what it said. And so now I just use those big white labels with a black Sharpie. I, you know, write as tidy as I can and really make it clear as to what's in each bin, because like I said, sometimes I send my husband to storage. Him and my son will go and get all the tubs and start bringing them home. And sometimes I hate having my house, it's not a huge house, or my outside courtyard just filled with tubs. So sometimes I will do like, okay, today we're going to do, you know, the dining room tree and the bedroom tree. So I'll send him to get those. And then I can get everything set up, have him take those empty tubs back to storage and then bring me tubs for, you know, the other rooms. So it's what works for us. I hope some of this is helpful for you guys. As far as like my knickknacks and things like that go, I try to group those kind of not so much by theme, but all of, you know, my traditional reds and greens and things like that. I kind of try to put those together, again, in clear tubs, wrapping all breakables in tissue, packing paper, or bubble wrap. And then all of my kind of neutrals or golds and silvers, I try to kind of put all that stuff together, because next year my decor is going to be a lot different. I'm not going to be doing so much the traditional reds and greens and little red pickup trucks. I'm kind of sad, but some of that's going to get put away till maybe the following year. We do have a covered patio out back, so it's kind of like a little outdoor living area that I think I am going to do some of my reds and greens and some of those favorite decor pieces that I just don't want to, you know, not put out for another whole year. So we're already making plans for what we're gonna do out there for next year. So you will see some of this year's decor come back. And no, I don't go out and purchase all new everything for a different decor theme. This has been, you know, about 23 years in the making, and I have several different themes. I've got themes to do an all blue and silver and white tree. I have stuff to do a full Victorian tree. We've got Disney stuff for Disney trees, the little red truck tree. I have stuff to do an all like over the top opulent crystal tree that's done in like all crystals and silver, and you know, all of the different themes you guys saw this year. We have all the stuff for that. So it's important for me to stay super organized with it all. Try to keep it as, you know, compact as possible. And so that's why I kind of will separate things according to their look. So all of my things that are creams and golds and silvers and neutrals, those will be coming back out again next year. And I do have one confession to make. I know for those of you that saw either the home tour or the tree tour, we do have a lot of Christmas trees. A few of them are kind of on their last, you know, limb. They probably need to get donated or just trashed. But what I did do is my mom and I ended up going to Walmart yesterday, and the trees were 70% off yesterday. No, 75% off, I'm sorry. And years ago when my daughter was young, I had an artificial flocked white Christmas tree that I absolutely loved. It was my grandmother's, and when she decided she wanted to go back to having a traditional green tree, she passed it on to me. And I swear I used that thing until the flock was coming off of it in chunks, and finally had to get rid of it. But I have missed having a flocked tree so much. So we were at Walmart yesterday, like I said. They had one 7.5-foot flocked tree left, so I got that, as well as a 7.5-foot pencil flocked tree. And then I got three, I think they're about 4.5-foot flock trees that come in these darling little rustic kind of farmhouse buckets. All of them are pre-lit. So hopefully next year I won't be restringing any lights on trees like I did this year. But that's what our look is going to be. Part of our look is going to be for next year. We're going to have all flocked trees. The only trees in the house that won't be the flocked trees will be the white one that was in my bedroom and the champagne colored tinsel tree in the entryway. Those two will stay the same, but for the most part, I may have one or two green ones, but for the most part, we're gonna go with the flocked look next year. It's gonna be kind of more of a elegant feel, a lot softer colors. So I hope you will check out what we'll be doing next year. As I said in one of my haul videos, I've already had my design notebook out, making notes and doing very rough sketches. When I say rough sketches, they're rough. I'm not an artist in that way like my husband is, but I make do. I get it down on paper and I understand it at least. So I won't be sharing the sketchbook with you guys, but I'm really looking forward to next year. So the big tree was, I think it ended up being like $34. The pencil tree was $27, and then the small 4.5-foot trees were $6 a piece. So really, you can't beat that. And so I don't feel guilty about doing that. I did pick up a few other things at Walmart. I'm not going to do a haul share with those because it's mainly lights. I did get some more of the multifunction lights like the ones I used on my big 9.5-foot tree this year. So I got some of those to use for next year because I really like having that multifunction and the ability to give it a little extra twinkle and sparkle. So I did get some of those. They were super inexpensive. I think the most expensive one was like $3.50 a box, and that was for the ones that have 150 lights on them. So sorry to get kind of too off subject, but as far as the rest of my takedown and organization goes, my wreaths, I take my wreaths and I put them on a hanger. They hang over the little hook on the hanger, and then I put those in inexpensive garment bags, the zip up clear garment bags. You can usually pick them up either at Ross, sometimes at the Dollar Tree, and I put them in those and zip it up. And sometimes you can actually do 2 wreaths to a bag, because you can put the second one on a hanger and then hook that hanger through the wreath that's on the first hanger, so you can kind of do 2 together. Sorry, I don't have those ready to show you how I do that. And then I have a rack in storage that those get hung on. My garlands, anything done with deco mesh that's kind of fluffy, I also like to hang those over a hanger and put those in a garment bag to keep them clean. And those all hang. That way they're not getting compressed in a tub and smashed. And you know, sometimes you think, oh, well, I'll refluff it, and it just never looks the same. So I do like to hang those. Most of my pillows for Christmas, with the exception, I've probably got about 7 that the covers don't come off of, but most of those have pillow covers on them that I can take off, and then I can utilize the form for my spring and summer pillows and, you know, fall. So I don't have to store a lot of pillows, which is great. I do have a really big clear tub that I put those in, and they do go in storage. I do store them in a way that they're not getting smashed or really compressed. So I'm hoping, I'm kind of right in the middle of redoing my studio here at home, and I have a lot of storage cupboards out there that I store a lot of my other interior decor items. And so I'm hoping, as I kind of redo all of that, I will have a place out there on a shelf where I can just put each pillow in a clear plastic bag to keep them clean and line them up on a shelf. But as for right now, they will have to go in the clear tubs and over to the storage unit. We actually converted our garage. When we moved in, it was kind of like a finished room. The walls were, you know, sheetrock, taped, textured, painted. And then my husband had one of our friends that has a cabinetry company come in and do a bunch of built-ins for me out there. And it's just really, it's like my little piece of heaven out there. I love to go out there and create, but right now it's kind of in chaos because I decided to start redoing it in September, and then with our holiday season of shows and, you know, trips and everything else, it was just the wrong time to start that. So it's kind of a disaster. So I'm gonna have to get out and get that all taken care of, but I will give you guys a tour out there, and I will be shooting a lot of my videos out there in the future. So looking forward to sharing that with you guys this year. But you know, that's pretty much how I do it. I just go from tree to tree and do the takedown that I just shared with you guys, putting the ornaments in these storage drawers, trees in the big clear bins, any other stems that I use in arrangements and things like that. I like to get the long, shallow, I think they're made for like under the bed storage or wrapping paper storage. I like to get those bins to store my other stems in that may or may, you know, that may not go with Christmas trees or in the same bins as a Christmas tree would, because I may use them for something else the following year. So that's kind of the method to my madness. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I'm really looking forward to bringing you some fun DIYs and some of my everyday decor coming soon. So I hope you'll come back and visit me. But that is all for today. Again, Happy New Year, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.